Alright, now we're good. Alright, we are live here for race number 18 of 29 here in the 1990 throwbacks. Geoff Bodine somehow still has the points lead. In fact, he just took it over after Talladega. He's still winless, and we've actually still got 6 drivers within 200 points of the least 7 drivers, really, if you want to count Martin at an even 200. So this is still a lot of drivers are still very much in contention for this championship. We've had unbelievable parity this season, and we're hoping that that is going to continue. However, we are making our second stop at a road course, not Talladega, that was last week. We're going to The Glen. Game. Why is my video? There we go. Chat is up. And let's see who will qualify on the pole for the 1990 Bud at the Glen. And it's going to be, very unsurprisingly, the 27 of Rusty Wallace. Take a look at Ernie Irvan. I'll tell you what, he's going to have to, him along with Alan Kulwicki are probably going to be tied for most improved driver this season. I mean, Alan Kulwicki's got 4 wins on the year, and I can't believe that's happened. Shows you what improvements that those teams have made. Quite incredible. Anyways, your top 10 starting positions. We got Rusty Wallace. He's on the pole. Ernie Irvan in second. Alan Kulwicki third. Ricky Rudd fourth. We've got Tim Richmond in fifth. Geoff Bodine in sixth. Mark Martin seventh. Morgan Shepherd eighth. Darrell Waltrip ninth. And Bill Elliott will round out the top 10. Here's the command for today's race.
Start your engines.
Of course, last week we had the upset winner, Rick Mast. He's won on a road course before, and that's where his first career win came at the inaugural race at Sears Point. It seems like Rick Mast will roll off in the 16th position today. We'll see if Mast can get anything done. 42 cars entered, 42 cars made the field. Should be an interesting day here in the Finger Lakes region of central New York. A very beautiful place. If you've never been here before, it is definitely worth a visit. As you can see, the cars coming off of the final corner. And the green flag is out here from Watkins Glen. All the cars race down into corner number 1. Rusty Wallace trying to get an advantage on Ernie Irvan. Not quite going to happen yet as they snake through the S's here. You'll see the whole field go by. Now a new addition to the course here. They added an inner loop after Jimmy Means' rather horrifying accident last time we were here at Watkins Glen. He ended up blowing a tire and going off into the guardrail at over 150 miles an hour. He was knocked unconscious upon impact. And he has not, he's decided to not race ever since then. Jeff Purvis has been racing his car since that accident. Well, lap number 1 unequivocally is going to be going to Rusty Wallace. And it's very unsurprising to see him leading here at a road course. Rusty Wallace really knows how to get things done. Although Wallace has really had a season of ups and downs. He's got 3 wins this year, but he's no better than 10th in the points. It's been wins, DNF, a win, a DNF, a win, a DNF. It's been a really big struggle for this 2017 all season long. And with the ownership change coming up in 1991, everyone's asking, is Rusty Wallace going to do a little bit better when Roger Penske takes over this team in 1991? That was announced earlier this week. Yeah, officially Raymond Beadle is going to be stepping down as owner of this 27 team. And the car number is going to be changing from the 2 to the 27. The 15 of Morgan Shepherd almost going off the track back here. Mark Martin going to try to take advantage. He's up and over the curb. And it does not look like Martin's going to be able to take advantage. In fact, he's going to drop 2 positions as he's going to lose a position. And Martin off the track again as he's going to lose 2 more positions. And here comes point, and he might lose another one here to Elliott. And one mistake by Mark Martin there just cost him several positions. And now he's on the outer fringes of the top 10. Now, remember that season from hell we were talking about with the 2017? Well, how about Geoff Bodine? It's been the exact opposite. The biggest news of the offseason, Geoff Bodine goes to Junior Johnson Motorsports in the legendary number 11 in an attempt to see if they can revive some of Geoff Bodine's promise in the mid-1980s. Well, they haven't gotten a win this season, but one thing that they have had, consistency. Consistency better than anyone else. And right now, that's why Geoff Bodine is at the top of the point standings. Now, Elliott, who is only 2 points behind him, is in front of him right now. And Tim Richmond is a few positions in front of these guys still. So right now, it is a very tight 3-man dogfight for the points. And of course, Elliott, Richmond, who can forget their legendary points battle last year? Only 1 position separated either of these guys from winning or losing the championship, which is quite unbelievable if you ask me. 2 points. That's all that it did. All that Tim Richmond would have needed to do was lead a lap at a track that he didn't lead a lap at. And Tim Richmond would have been your 1989 Throwbacks Cup champion. And I really think that's something that has to be said about the parity of the league. That was impressive. Of course, he had that DNF the week before at Phoenix. If that never happened, he never wrecked at Phoenix, he probably would have clinched at Phoenix. Yep. But he wrecked out at Phoenix and had an awful race at Atlanta. It resulted in Elliott just barely squeaking by with his 2nd championship of his career. Everybody knew that Tim Richmond was going to be coming back with a vengeance this season. And although he got off to a little bit of a slow start, he definitely has. Now, speaking of coming back with a vengeance, how about this number 7 team, Alan Kulwicki? Coming into this season, this team has only had 3 wins. 1 in 87, 2 in 88, winless in 89. And everybody was asking, oh, what happened? I should say 2 in 87, 1 in 88, none in 89, rather. And everyone was asking, oh, what's going on with Kulwicki? Is everything okay with Kulwicki? What's going on with Kulwicki? And he comes out this season and he wins 4 races and led the championship for a good portion, but he's had back-to-back not-so-good races. He's fallen to 4th in the points. So Alan Kulwicki may be slipping away. This is his first time that he's really been in the spotlight of the sport. Of course, he is an owner-driver. He owns that team, runs it by himself. Complete ownership. And this team does an unbelievable job with their cars, and they should be very proud of themselves no matter where they finish in this championship, just simply because they were the points leader earlier on in the year. Shows that this team has really greatly improved. Speaking of improvements, how about this number 4 team, Ernie Irvan? Man, they had they had the car to beat at Talladega. Of course, they were beat out by Rick Mast. They got on the pole. And this team also won the Coca-Cola 600 earlier on in the year. It was Irvin's first career win. And it seems like coming over to this number 4 team has really highlighted the skill of Ernie Irvin, and he has been on fire in the past few races. And here he is on the road course, running in the second position. Right now, he's trying to chase down Rusty Wallace. If we take a look at the fastest lap charts, he is 4th on the board. The fastest lap, of course, turned by the number 7 of Alan Kulwicki. So things continue to heat up here at Watkins Glen. We are 7 laps into this race. Right now, it's the 27 that is in the lead. Rusty Wallace has led every lap to this point. I don't see that changing much anytime soon. Going further back, again, here is the battle between the 2 championship points leaders. You've got Elliott in 12th, Geoff Bodine in 13th. So as it stands right now, so let me pull something up here real quick. All right. Hold on, let me try to get through the math here. Alright, so as of right now, Bill Elliott is in the points lead by 1 over Geoff Bodine. So Geoff Bodine currently in 2nd place in points. Tim Richmond, he's looking to gain 33 points on the leaders. That will put him a mere 17 out of the points lead, rather. So right now it's an extremely tight 3-way battle for points. Alan Kulwicki will also come back to within 100 points if the race were to end right now. Because Kulwicki's set to gain 38 points. So that's how that's going on right now. So some rather subpar runs by the 2 points leaders right now is going to allow both Richmond and Kulwicki, who are running a lot better than them right now, to take a little bit of a breather. If these two don't end up getting a top 10 today, that's going to be big news for the 25. It's going to be big news for the 7. It's going to be big news to anyone else that really wants to make a run for this championship. The 6 of Martin, although Martin's not doing too well. Terry Labonte, Ricky Rudd, they're all here. I mean, you got to figure, here's Terry Labonte, he's in the 10th position. Here's Ricky Rudd, he's all the way up into 5th. Right on the back bumper of the 25. He's had several road course wins before. No. I take that back. He's done very well at the road course. He does not have any road course wins in the throwbacks. Anyways. Well, we are rapidly approaching the halfway point of this race. Rusty Wallace continues to lead. And gotta tell you, it's going to be really difficult to knock him out. It's going to take a really good pit stop here from the 4 team or the 7 team to get out in front of this 27. We'll find out once pits end up cycling through. But right now, these 3 cars, they're running 1, 2, 3. They are definitely faster than anyone else on the track. Yeah, well, no one tucking down in the pit road quite yet. Yeah, it'll happen around lap 15 or 16 usually. No one's been able to really make a strong pass yet. This is a very difficult track to pass at, obviously. Especially now with the bus stop in the back straightaway. Pretty much takes any and all opportunities from trying to pass in corner, well, what used to be corner number 5. If I should make a shout out to anyone, it should probably be to Sterling Marlin. He's having a hell of a run here in the 8th position. He finished 2nd last week at Talladega. And, you know, this team would really, really like to get some good runs together. Of course, back in the mid-80s, they had Terry Labonte on as the driver, and they were doing quite well, competing for the championship. They really fell off once Sterling Marlin came along. Sterling Marlin wasn't exactly developed yet, and the team was not getting as good equipment. They recently changed manufacturers. They switched over from Chevy to Oldsmobile, thinking that was going to help them. It really hasn't. This team hasn't gotten too much better. Marlin hoping to get a top 15 points finish this year. Right now he's running 19th in points, so he wants to do a little bit better than that, obviously. And maybe a move going on here with Morgan Shepherd. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, no, here comes the pit stops now. Morgan Shepherd's going to be the one to stay out. And give 5 bonus points to Morgan Shepherd. That's not bad. And a caution. Yellow flag is being displayed on the racetrack. Looks like Jimmy Spencer maybe has gotten turned. I'm not 100% sure. He's got damage on his car. As we try to figure out what happened here. And, oh, Harry Gant merged way too late, and also Rob Moroso was up into the wall back here. See what happened with Moroso. What's going on? He's trying to slow down. He just gets tagged by Gant. Oh! Passenger side very hard into the outside wall did Moroso go, and Gant just hit the tire barriers. The 27 was out of his pit box first. Now we'll have to see how NASCAR is going to score this. Nobody should end up a lap down. It's very rare that someone will end up a lap down here due to pit stops, but we'll find out. Highly doubt it, though. A couple people that have not had a really good season are currently up here. See the 75 of Geoff Bodine, huge regression from last year when he was driving with a 15 car. You've got the number 47, that's Jack Pennington. Has not had a good rookie year. Larry Pearson, he's really struggled ever since leaving the 4 team. And Eddie Bierschwell in the 90. He's gotten back-to-back 26th place points finishes right now. Driving for Junie Don Levy, he is 31st in points. So this should have all of the leaders come down pit road. And that's going to be a huge handicap to, guess who? Points leader number 9. So Bill Elliott, this is not going to be a good move for Elliott. Because all these guys, they are going to have to go down pit road. They're going to be trapped behind all the people that did go down pit road. So you see all these guys go down pit road. Now here comes the 27 and the rest of them to come down pit road, to stay out on the track. One of the drivers that came down pit road before the yellow flag, number 11, Geoff Bodine. And other drivers, and oh, no, whoa, there's an issue with the 11. Just as soon as I mentioned that Geoff Bodine may be in a really good spot right now, the 11 way out of line right now. I'm not sure why the 11 is out of line, but right now the 11 way out of line. Is this going to be a problem with Geoff Bodine? Now, if Geoff Bodine has problems, that's going to give Tim Richmond a pretty comfortable points advantage. Because then both Bodine and Elliott are going to have bad days. And Tim Richmond's going to lead the points for, I believe, the second time this season. I think he left Rockingham as points leader. Because we started this year off with Hendrick Motorsports being unbeatable. And of course, you have Waltrip winning the 500, and then you had Terry Labonte winning Rockingham, I believe. And in the race after that, you had Tim Richmond winning it, and it's like, whoa! Hendrick looking dominant. Early on they did. Richmond sort of fell off mid-season. Now he's back with a vengeance. That 11 car still has not pulled back in line. If the 11 car is actually going to end up going down pit road, that is going to be huge news. Especially if the issue is terminal. That's going to be unbelievable news. Can't make this stuff up. Absolutely not. So, we're going to be coming to the restart here. Everyone's caught back up. Everyone who went down pit road is caught back up. See, there's Bill Elliott. He's strapped way back in this line. Your leader is going to be the 27 of Wallace. We're going to have 3 cars that are on the tail end of the lead lap. Jimmy Spencer, Bobby Hill, and Kyle Petty. And they may determine the outcome of this race, because if the 4 or the 7 can get around the 27, they're both faster than Rusty Wallace. Oh, the 11 way off track now. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that the 11's going to end up coming down pit road, and now everyone's going around them. Problems for the points leader, Geoff Bodine. We come out, green flag is out here from Watkins Glen. Here they come down to the inside of Wallace. Here comes Irvin. Yep, you knew that was going to happen. New leader, Ernie Irvin. Wallace in the grass. And what should have been a Loctite win for Rusty Wallace just turned into a nightmare, as he's about to lose 3 positions. He lost a position to the 4, the 7, the 94, and now he might lose a position to the 6. Side by side through the bus stop, usually not recommended. The 6 should have the preferred line going through turn 5 here. Indeed he does. Neil Bonnet, he can't take advantage. It looks like everyone's just going to fall in line. Now Ernie Irvin's got to be careful here to make sure drivers like Kyle Petty, Bobby Hillen don't mess him up too much. And he's got to be ultra careful here. Try not to battle with him too much. If he does, the 7 will get around him. And Alan Kowicki might be looking good for the 5th win this season. Still plenty of racing to go here. 6 laps to go here from the Glen. Ernie Irvin is your leader. The winner of the Coca-Cola 600 earlier on. There we go. Irvin trying to make a desperate pass here. Kyle Petty through the bus stop. Almost into the grass. He's going to try to move him here in turn 5. That's going to set him up for a disadvantageous line going into 6. And I think Kowicki will be able to take advantage if he can get there. Kowicki can't get there. Man, Irvin is trying his absolute best. Meanwhile, Mark Martin pulls down on Sterling Marlin. What a move by Martin. That's going to put him into the 3rd position. And now Rusty Wallace, he's going to go for 4th. And once again, Irvin maybe on a disadvantageous line. Here comes Hillen. He's going to brake check him. Here comes Kowicki down to the bottom. And Kowicki might have this position. New leader, Alan Kowicki, 5 laps to go. This race isn't over. Not by a long shot. Here comes Irvin right back down to the inside of the bus stop. He doesn't make the move, though. Couldn't quite get the nose in. This is where the 4 cars are really strong here through turn 5. Some really good road course action here from Watkins Glen. Irvin trying to make the move again. Can't get it done. Irvin trying everything he can to pass the 7 car. He knows if the 7 car gets away, it's going to be a long, long day. He can't let Alan Kowicki out of his sights. 4 laps to go here from Watkins Glen. Irvin's been looking right. He's been looking left. He hasn't been able to find the line that will get him around the 7. Of course, you got the 3 lapped cars in front of him. Hillen, Kyle Petty, Jimmy Spencer. They're all trying to stay on the lead lap. Here comes Irvin down to the bottom again. Through the bus stop. Kowicki beat him in. Irvin is trying so hard. Irvin's going to get another good run here through turn 5. He's not going to look going into 6. He's not going to look going into 7. 3 laps to go. Here comes Kowicki down to the bottom. They're going to try to get around Hillen, trying to take advantage of a mistake by Hillen. Here comes Mark Martin down to the bottom. Martin's going to take second away from Irvin. Mark Martin to the 2nd position, and here comes Rusty Wallace. He's going to try to pick off 3rd. He will. Rusty Wallace to the 3rd position. So Irvin slides back. And now Martin's going to have 2.5 laps to try to run down the number 7 car. We'll see if Martin can get there. Man, oh man. Just let you all know this race is not over, folks. This is not over by a long shot. By the way, for those that were wondering what happened to Geoff Bodine, he lost the piston. He will finish 39th and not finish this race. 2 laps to go here from Watkins Glen. Martin has closed the distance significantly. The 6th car right now is the fastest car on the track. Martin, Kowicki, they pulling away a little bit on everyone else. You're seeing the 27 car there in the rearview mirror. Ernie Irvin still hasn't gotten around the lap car of Hillen. Kyle Petty, Jimmy Spencer, they're trying to get around each other. And Mark Martin is right on the bumper of Alan Kowicki. Davey Allison and Phil Parsons have gotten into the top 10. Ernie Irvin finally around Bobby Hillen. Now here we go. The 2 lap cars are going to go side by side in front of them. That's 6 cars fast. We'll see if Martin can try to make a move. White flag for Alan Kowicki. It's going to be a close one. Kowicki pulls away through turn 1. That's where he's been the strongest all day long. Watch out, Mark Martin is really fast through these S's. He pulls back up on the 7 car through the S's. Now through to the chicane. I think Mark took it too aggressively. Alan's going to pull away here through turn 5. Out of turn 5, Alan Kowicki. Looking like he's going to take his 5th win of the season. The 2 lap cars once again. Martin got to the bumper. He moved him. Here comes Mark Martin on the outside of Alan Kowicki. Through the final turn. Who's going to be the winner here? Kowicki gets the better run off the final turn. Alan Kowicki is going to win the Bud at the Glen as they go by side at the line. Wow. Martin tried his absolute best there through turn number 6. Got the bumper to Alan Kowicki. It was not enough. Alan Kowicki is going to win here at the Glen. That was incredible. If Martin had made that move one lap earlier, he would have gotten the position. Alan Kowicki picks up win number 5 of 1990 here at Watkins Glen. Let's try to review that from a different camera angle. Here. See if we can see the contact that was made here. I believe that there was contact. No, Alan Kowicki just missed the apex of the corner. Here comes Martin. They come off the final turn. Martin tried his best to motor up. Couldn't get it done. Crazy. What a finish here from Watkins Glen. So now after all of that happens, now we've got another rapid change in all of the points. Elliott is once again your points leader, but by 3 over Tim Richmond, a 31-point lead over Alan Kowicki, a 55-point lead over Geoff Bodine. Remember, he had the DNF. It's his first DNF of the season. Man, there are not a lot of there's a lot of zeros in the DNFs column here on after race 18. A lot of zeros in the DNF column. It's been just an incredibly clean season. The most DNFs anyone has, Joe Ritlin or Hutch Strickland, both with 6. So it's been a very clean season, a very good season. And even with that really good finish, Marlin's still going to be 19th in points down there. So we've got 7 drivers within 151 points of each other heading into the next race of the season, which will be Michigan, the conclusion of the summer super speedway madness, as we'll have Bristol next and then the Southern 500 after that. No driver is going to be eligible for the Winston Million for the Southern 500. We'll see you next time for Michigan.